Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're stepping in as your personal navigator on a completely battle-tested roadmap designed to scale your business. And the best part? We're doing it without all that usual digital marketing chaos. We're looking at a structured, highly systematic framework that's built to take you straight to your growth targets. But, before we really put the car in gear, I need you to ask yourself a pretty serious question. How long did it take you to double your turnover the last time around? Was it, I don't know, a few years? A decade? Or hey, maybe you're actually still working on it. Whatever it is, keep that specific time frame right there in your head, because today we are aiming to completely slash that timeline. Our entire focus right now is doing it in exactly half the time. Okay, so let's dive right into this definition of DTHT, which literally stands for double turnover in half the time. The concept is exactly what it sounds like, right? Achieving 100% turnover growth in half the time it took you previously. Now, while some super agile businesses have actually pulled this off in just 90 days, we know that industries differ greatly, competitiveness differs, but what's really cool is how this adjusts for that. The DTHT framework includes a formula that inherently autocorrects for the specific influencers and competitive friction within your unique industry, so it sets a target that's totally realistic but still highly aggressive. So here is our itinerary for today's journey. First, we'll get into the DTH challenge explained, then phase 1, the setup, after that phase 2, the build, followed by phase 3, the drive, and finally, taking the wheel. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the DTH challenge explained, giving you the macro view. What's really interesting here is how this roadmap kind of acts like a systematic 9-stage board game. It's broken cleanly into 3 overarching phases. We start way down at the bottom with the setup phase. Then we move up into the build phase, and finally, we accelerate through the top row, which is the drive phase. It literally eliminates all the guesswork from your growth strategy. Moving into section 2, let's look at phase 1, the setup, where we focus on getting those absolute basics right before we hit the gas. In this initial setup phase, we map out 3 distinct stages. First up is the as-is stage. This is where you do an honest, hard assessment of your current position, your real capacity, and of course your competitors. Second is defining your home zone, basically pinning down your exact target market and niche. And the third stage is your roadmap, where you customize a strategic business plan that actually fits your unique operational needs, instead of just leaning on some generic one-size-fits-all template. Now, during that home zone stage, it is absolutely vital to research long-tail keywords and calculate your market competitiveness. The sources give us this simple but super powerful math equation for it. Basically, you look at the exact search volumes for a specific keyword and you divide it by the number of optimized sites in that niche. What this does is give you a really clear index of relative competitiveness. It ensures you're targeting a market that actually has a healthy appetite for what you're selling, without walking into a space that is just hopelessly overtraded. Okay, section 3, this is phase 2, the build, where we actually start constructing your vehicle. So the build phase shifts us right into stages 4, 5, and 6. Stage 4 is all about crafting really compelling offers by deeply profiling your ideal clients and figuring out their specific buying triggers. Then, stage 5 involves selecting your channels. This means identifying the exact multi-channel sales platforms, whether that's online marketplaces, physical stores, or social media, where your customers are just most comfortable buying. And finally, stage 6 focuses on culture. This is absolutely crucial. It's about building an empowered, accountable team that completely shares a single strategic intent. When you're structuring those offers back in stage 4, it really helps to keep this profound thought from management legend Peter Drucker in mind. He basically said that if you do the foundational work of profiling your ideal client and understanding their exact pain points and desires, well, the actual selling part becomes practically frictionless. The product just fits. You end up precision targeting the exact needs of your niche, and it honestly sells itself. That brings us to section 4, phase 3, the drive, where it's all about executing with speed. The sources are really clear on this point. Actual momentum requires top-down leadership. You can't just coast here. You have to actively drive your campaigns through these final 3 stages with high speed, highly controlled execution. Let's break down how these final drive stages actually look. Stage 7 is operations, which focuses entirely on delivering on your promise through finely mapped out systems and processes. Stage 8 is marketing, where you're actively engaging your leads. And rounding it out is stage 9, audience, which is heavily focused on lead generation, aggressive list building, and long-term relationship management. If we look a little closer at stage 8, this is honestly where your campaign fuel truly starts to burn. The fundamental shift here is huge. You're moving your focus away from just constantly trying to acquire new, cold leads, and instead you're putting that energy right into getting your existing, delighted customer base to buy more, and to buy more often. Moving right along to Section 5, taking the wheel and empowering your audience. So, Stage 9 actually operates as this continuous 15-step cycle. It brilliantly anchors that vital transition from just attracting cold leads to genuinely delighting them, converting browsers into active customers, and ultimately transforming them into brand promoters. It becomes this incredible, continuous loop of value creation. According to our sources, you can take relationship marketing to its absolute maximum just by segmenting your growing audience into distinct tiers. First up, you have your fans, who you reward for buying more often. Then you've got advisors, the folks who write reviews to actively build your online reputation. Next are your advocates. They're the ones out there sharing your deals on their own social networks. And finally, ambassadors, who refer their friends using two-way coupons for mutual rewards. Every single tier serves a highly specific, totally unique role in accelerating your organic growth. The real foundational rule for this entire audience building stage is that the whole concept of give to get absolutely works. But the real secret sauce here, reward relevancy. By offering highly relevant coupon or loyalty rewards, you're directly incentivizing your audience to share your content and basically grow your network for you. Think about it. When a customer gets a reward they actually care about and their friend gets one too, your referrals multiply like wildfire. But listen, all of these structured frameworks, the 9-stage maps, the clever audience tiers, they all eventually lead right up to one inescapable truth from our sources. It only works if you do it. You literally have to take action. A roadmap is totally useless if you just leave the car parked in the garage, right? So, we've mapped out the setup, the build, and the drive. But here is the real question I want to leave you with today. Take a good, hard look at your current strategy. Which of these 9 stages is currently acting as your parking brake? Find it, fix it, and get ready to jump in the driver's seat. It's time to start having your time to double your turnover.